Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you haven't been here before. My name is Jaidi and I make Christian lifestyle and music cover videos on this channel, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. And so on this video, we're going to be discussing when God feels far. I'm going to be guiding all of you through some questions to ask yourself as to why you might be feeling far from God. Or maybe if you're not feeling far from God, it's okay. That's fine. Here we go. Question number one to ask yourself is, where are my priorities? Okay? And so the first verse that I want to provide you guys with, I'm going to be putting on the screen, and it's in Psalms 145 verse 18. The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. All right, so you might be thinking, I don't know why I feel so far from God if I've been crying out to him and I've been seeking him. Now, there's a difference between doing your quiet time because you want to draw near to God, doing your quiet time because you're checking it off of the list. We can fall into the trap of just doing our quiet times in the morning to check it off of a to-do list, instead of taking that time to really connect with God, draw near to him, and hear what he has to say to us. Put God first, okay? In Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, it says, "But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." There's a time for everything, and God is saying if you seek him first, he will provide you with the rest. He will provide you with the strength to do the other things. He will provide you with the income in order to provide for your family. He will provide for you. You just have to worry about seeking him first, putting him first. And that is one reason that we might feel far from God, because we're not prioritizing our time with him. On to the second question you should ask yourself whenever you feel far from God. What has changed? What has changed from when you felt close to God? Right now, you don't feel close to God. So what has changed from the time when you did? All right. So that would be, it could be a routine. It could be that you used to do your quiet time in the morning and now you do it at night. Maybe you have to put that quiet time in the morning to put yourself in the mindset of putting God first. Maybe you are holding back some emotions because you think that you're going to offend God, but God already knows what's in your heart. So you have to be sincere with God. And so there's a verse that I want to share. It's actually a chapter. It's in Psalms 13. I'm looking to the side because I have my notes here. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I take counsel in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all the day? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Light up my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, lest my enemies say, I have prevailed over him, lest my foes rejoice, because I am shaken. But I have trusted in your steadfast love. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord, because he has dealt bountifully with me. Now, the psalmist here gives us the key to finding hope. Basically, in his prayer, he's reminding us to remember God, to remember his steadfast love, to remember his salvation for us. And in remembering this, we will be able to realize that God is present, God is with us, because he has been with us in the past. And he is the one that is providing us salvation. And in that, in knowing and in remembering that we are saved not by works but through faith in Jesus Christ, we can come to the mindset of knowing God is with me, even if I don't feel like it, even though I feel like God is far. He is not. He is close. He is with me now. He's providing salvation. He's providing strength. He's providing steadfast love. The third and final question we should be asking ourselves is, am I being honest with God? Am I being honest with God in prayer? Am I coming to Him in sincerity? And many times we can fall into the habit of praying surface prayers. These are prayers that still, go to the throne room of God, but they don't have a deeper effect in us because we are not putting in sincerity. You see, God knows everything about us, including how we are feeling. But sometimes if we're not being honest with ourselves, we're not being honest with God about those emotions, God cannot start working in that area until He has permission from you, until you open that part of yourself with Him. If you don't want to admit to feeling a certain way, or if you don't want to come to terms with a certain emotion or feeling, then you're not presenting it to God, and you're not being honest with God because you're not being honest with yourself. And so we have to stop praying these surface prayers, and we have to start praying with honesty and without shame, because God sees everything and knows everything about us, and we really shouldn't be ashamed of it. We should just present it to Him and trust that He will hear our cry, because we're doing it out of our hearts, and He wants to help us. He wants to remedy our situation, but we need to let Him, and we let Him when we present it to Him with all honesty. Cry out to God with all sincerity, and He will hear your heart's cry. If you're feeling far from God, then tell Him you feel far from Him and you want to feel Him again. It's not a bad thing to want to feel God. So cry out to Him and He will answer you. I hope this video was a blessing to your life. It surely was to mine, and see you in the next video.